We're rolling there, correct?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, now we've jumped from the EQS 450 into the 53. Clint, quote me some figures, please, on the 53.
All right, so we've got 1,000 Newton meters.
Yeah.
It's 565 kilowatts. We've got 0 to 103.4 seconds. We've got an all-wheel drive, and we've got a motor on the front and a motor on the back axles.
Okay, so the 450 is only
Front, yes.
yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Sounds
And-
strange to say front-wheel drive on a car like that, doesn't it? So
yeah,
we're in a
and
whole
it's-
different ball game here.
It's definitely a whole different ball game, and it enters into the AMG range. So
Right, okay.
this is now AMG. So what does that mean? You're taking electric, and how do you make it an AMG? Because it's supposed to be sound and emotional and
Yeah.
all those sorts of things. Well, AMG's very much gone battery technology now. They're actually calling it one man, one battery. So
Are you serious?
yes. So it becomes it's going to become very emotional, and I'm going to prove that to you
Yeah,
right now.
okay.
I'm just me sitting in the seat here.
Yeah.
So we've got nobody behind us. So we're going to do something naughty.
Mm.
You're going to stop over here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to select Sport Plus. So we're going to do the AMG thing.
Yeah.
I want to blow your mind.
Okay.
You're going to go
Stop.
hard on the brake
Right.
with your left foot
With my left foot.
and flat on the accelerator.
Yeah.
Now make sure the video
There's
is
a car
going,
behind me, so-
and flat on the accelerator.
Mm.
Go!
Oh my God! Whoa! Now that sound it gave, was that an emotion thing
That's
to...
the whole thing. And
Yeah?
you know, I'll just call it rocket launch because
Jeez.
I've never experienced acceleration like that.
And I mean, you've driven
I've
every
driven the
form
best-
of racing cars.
the best,
that exists,
strongest, fastest racing cars. I mean, my last one was, 800 horsepower.
Yeah?
It's nothing.
That
like
weighed a
this.
quarter of what this weighed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And electric is always going to be instantaneous.
Yeah.
As you know. So, and that is in the design of this certainly makes it a lot more sort of progressive in a way, and it's the comfort is there and everything else, so it dampens a lot of that emotion. You don't
Yeah.
realize just
Mm.
how brutal it is.
No, I mean, that was ridiculous. quite
Right, so
honestly.
they bring in the sound. So what are they
Mm.
doing? They're touching all the senses. You've got to touch all the senses. It's the look, it's the ambient
Yeah.
lighting,
Mm.
it's
Well, how's the
telematics,
screen,
it's
by
the
just
screen.
by the way?
Yeah, that, and
Yeah.
and here I can also do all my stuff and
Okay.
make sure that you are getting intensive, relaxing massage.
Yeah.
And you'll feel that at the same time.
The other thing that I've got to comment straight away, we're in an S-Class. In other words, we're in a big, hulking limo,
Correct.
yet it's got this absurd power.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
what other
it's-
word can I use but absurd?
It's I'm going to say mind blowing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a rocket launching power. It's and it sounds like it at the same time.
I mean,
that's good.
That's genuinely 3, 2, 1 liftoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, there's
Yeah.
that throws you in the seat, not even literally. It
Yeah.
throws you into the seat. I've done a number of these now, sitting next to journalists.
Right.
So I'm starting to sort of. It's not surprising for me anymore. I know that I'm going to get thrown back in the seat. So I just got to brace myself every time.
Okay,
But,
so do I ask you now to compare how was my launch compared to some of the others?
No, so all exactly the same as long as you go flat on the brake and flat on the accelerator.
You mean they made it a
lift the
touch
brake
idiot
and you're
proof?
on your way. Yeah.
So there's a touch of the idiot proof involved as well.
It's so absolutely convenience. If you want to sort of race anybody,
Yeah.
from the word go, it's easy. Just apply the brake and the throttle and release the brake and all. And I don't think there are many cars on the road, to be honest with you, that are going to touch this 0 to 100 acceleration. It's just
3.6 you said, eh?
3.4. So
Four.
it's out of this world.
I mean, look, there are a few cars that have cracked the 3-second barrier,
Of
but
course,
then they double the money.
100%.
And they're not massive limos.
No, it's
They two-seater specials at sort of 10 million rand, right?
correct. And it's 100% exactly that.
Yeah.
You'll probably find that those are more track-orientated cars.
Mm.
Here, this is what you want to drive every day. But if one of those dudes pulls up next to you, and suddenly
It's like,
he
how's
gets,
it?
he gets one massive surprise
Yeah.
with this luxury car, S-Class, blowing him off the line. Well,
I think he may go and trade in his supercar along
and then decide, well, geez, like it didn't have much of a sound. Maybe I must go electric.
I'm glad I did this, and for once I've got it right. I drove the 450 first, now this one. And believe me, the 450 has got the oomph, it's got the go. But there's just no comparison.
No. And AMG are going to want that.
Yeah.
The only way AMG is going to sell cars now in electric, going forward in the future, is by starting off with one man, one battery.
Yeah.
And having explosive power like this, yet you're not leaving behind quality and luxury.
Wow.
So it's going to be intelligence, it's going to be electronic, and they are going to work on that. I mean, I already know with battery technology, they've got cooling for cells, and if you keep batteries cool, if you heat them up at the correct times as well, you're getting maximum performance out of those.
So range, performance, everything will work together.
100%. But they do want you still to be thrown back in your seat. It's AMG. It's emotional. So I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring you. I'm going to bring you an experience for all the senses.
Yeah.
And that they certainly have got right. They've just started. This is a 53.
I was going to say
the EQE is a 43.
Yeah.
The next is going to be a 63. So
it was in my mind to say to you, why did they call this the 53 when
it's nowhere near it?
Traditionally, 63 has been the pinnacle of
turbocharged, all of that.
I mean, there's no reason, given the numbers, given everything on this car, that it could not justify a 63 badge.
Yeah. So if you think of it, okay, so you've got this explosive power, okay, from a battery charge.
Yeah.
So how do you actually describe it just on the outside of the vehicle? Obviously they're going to go with something that everybody's familiar with.
Yeah.
63 AMG, 53 AMG, 43 AMG. It makes it very different to the rest of the derivatives in the range.
Correct, yeah.
So you've got to go AMG, and AMG are there. It's owned by Mercedes-Benz.
Well, that's
so
the point,
align and make sure that it's an experience of note that the person's never going to get. It's just one of those things.
But as I say, I'm just confused that they went with 53 for this one. Because I honestly don't understand why this is not called the 63.
I think they've got something in store for 63.
Are you serious?
Yeah. This is like I said, it's just a start. So and I know what they're up to.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not.
You're not going to tell me now.
No, it's definitely not my time to say that.
Right.
And certainly we can expect it.
So
AMG always come with a surprise.
Well, now I know where the 63 is going to come. The next AMG GT.
Yes. Who knows?
That's what. Am I heading in the right direction?
Yeah, for sure, of course. So they've definitely got their strategies.
Yeah.
In the market, they've also got demand in different countries. So it's there's a certain spec we get and there's a certain spec we don't get. So it's one of those.
Okay, but I think, look, the thing is, I'm repeating myself, this thing could justify a 63 badge over and over again.
And again, like I say, how do you describe it to somebody driving it from the outside?
No.
How? So they have to do that with a commonly known AMG badging. It's everybody knows that, so they know it's fast.
Well,
and it's powerful. They know it's special. So there it is. It's gonna carry on like that.
Look, all I can say is, and I know this is a short experience. I mean, they've achieved. Whatever they set out to do, they've achieved in spades, as far as I'm concerned. And it's got nothing to do with price and whatever, because You know, at this level of car, price is not the issue. It's actually got nothing to do with it anymore.
Yeah, you sort of seem to forget that because of what the package is about.
Yeah.
You sort of think, well, I mean, this is like aerospace stuff. This is, but yet it's so convenient to drive, so practical, and it's easy to drive. Because when you get into aerospace, you think aerospace. How am I going to switch this thing on?
Correct.
It's not that.
No,
we're very familiar with this. Just it's about getting to know it, and then suddenly, my goodness, we didn't realize it would, the performance would be so good. And then obviously, remember, you've got, which we didn't mention, you've got the rear wheel steering.
Right.
That is helping us along with everything.
Okay.
So I can stop the car and turn right here in this road. So I'm not having to worry about 3-point turns and the rest of it. It's
yeah, and of course, if you, that's the low speed version, and the high speed is where it. Am I right? Yeah.
With the
car as opposed to again. Yeah.
Correct.
So if you're going to really want to misbehave in this car, or put it differently, drive it the way it's actually built to be driven, you've got that as well, and.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the time will come when they're going to have drift mode and all that you can actually you can switch off and go power sliding and the rest of it. I know that just on pull off already, you can have a good 4-wheel spin.
Okay.
There's no doubt because of just the immense power that is there.
Well, I mean, this power is unbelievable. And then I keep thinking to myself, we're not in a little lightweight carbon fiber tub, etc., etc. We're in a luxury limo, number one, and then even doubled up by the fact of the batteries, etc., etc. So I mean, this must weigh quite a bit more than a standard S-Class, for example.
Yeah.
And yet the performance, it just certainly makes no difference whatsoever.
And also, I mean, you don't have that engine compartment sound coming to the cabin. So here you're talking about good quality sound. The algorithms, everything changes. So you put this quality sound up, which is the Burmester sound.
Yeah.
And it's just got the most incredible clarity. So what have they done? Is they've just covered every area of this car. I mean, you're picking up vibration, sounds, all of that sort of thing. Knocks, not at all.
Nothing.
So that's now where they're concentrating on pure quality. And that certainly is what Mercedes-Benz have got.
Well, look, that's the hallmark of Merc. So they've just, to me, it's just taken that and exaggerated it by 100-fold.
Hundreds.
Clint, thanks so much, eh?
It's a pleasure.
What a magic little drive that was.
Thank you.
Can I take it home now?
Yeah, take it home. Decided it's one less car I have to take. Yeah.
What a pleasure.
Away from the hotel.
Greg,